Coach O is joining us now. Coach, thanks for squeezing us in on this Ryder Cup trip. How are you this morning?
Junkie Boy, what's up, man? Hey, I am right now on South Beach fixing to go get me a little workout. Thinking about you boys in Arkansas. I know Arkansas is going to be on fire with them Notre Dame Fighting Irish coming to town.
So you just went to the Ryder Cup and then came back to South Beach?
Yeah.
With the practice round?
He's Coach O.
Yeah, I love it.
Hey, the Ryder Cup can only take Coach O for one day. You know what I
mean? you were there for the pregame festivities.
So he was tailgating. He was tailgating.
Oh, I love it. I love it. How is South Beach this morning?
Beautiful. It's a beautiful day. 82 degrees. The sights are out early in the morning, and it's Friday morning. It's going to be a great day.
That's awesome.
It's already 8:30 there.
Oh, yeah. The sights are out early. Yeah. Okay, so what do you think of this Notre Dame-Arkansas game?
Man, I think it's going to be, as you know, guys, it's going to be on fire. They're going to be calling them hogs. I think Arkansas is going to give Notre Dame all they want. It's going to be a tight game. I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be an upset in Fayetteville this weekend.
Coach, there's a lot of conversation there was going into the season about Coach Pittman's future, and if he doesn't win this game, what might happen in the aftermath. You've been in these positions. You've won a national championship, and you've been on the other side of it, where you're fighting for your job, and you know it and you hear it. What's it like when that's going on as a head football coach and in your building and with your team?
Yeah, I used to tell the guys block out the noise, but you can't stop them. They're gonna read the internet. They're gonna, you go home, your wife reads it, your family reads it. But for myself personally, man, I tuned it all out, and I knew what was going on. I use it as internal motivation, and used it as fuel. Just say, yeah, okay, I know what's going on out there, but let me do my best job today. Or what I can do now. Obviously, a big upset would help Coach Pittman and his job status. So I know that's what he's thinking, and I hope the best for him. I love Coach Pittman, but I also understand the expectations of Arkansas and the expectations of being the SEC coach. Hey, look, I said it myself. I knew the expectations and the standard of LSU, and they weren't being met. So when they're not being met, a change has to be made. So I can understand both sides of the story.
Coach, the players ultimately play the game, and I wonder when you're in a situation like this, you've coached players, obviously. What do you think's going through their minds, the players' minds, as they get ready to play?
Yeah. Hey, they want to win the game. They want to win for the coach. I know they do. You know what I'm saying? And now look, it all depends what's going on in the locker room. But if the coach has a locker room, they're going to play well. Now, once the coach loses the locker room and the locker room's divided, then the team's going to play like that, and then you don't have a chance. So, I don't know what's going on. I've been on both sides of where the team was united, and we were going to play together, and we fought through. Look, after I lost to Troy, it wasn't pretty at LSU. But you know what? We fought back. And then there were some times where, we lost some games, and the locker room was divided, and we didn't fight back like we should have, and then that's when I got let go. So it all depends. The mood of the locker room, is the locker room together, or is it divided?
Coach Ed Orgeron with us on the Chuck and Bo Show. Coach O, what does it take? I don't know how you answer this, but Arkansas has been in 2 games where they fumble at the end and lose, where it looks like they're driving to win the game. And you just feel like you've had all these close games over the last few years, and you can't quite get over the hump. Like, how do you what is getting over because they're not a bad team. They're not coming out in most of these games over the last few years and getting blown out. And people point to all the one-score losses, all the close games. How do you get over the hump?
Yeah, well, I watched the game against Memphis. My heart was aching for Arkansas, and I was pulling for them. I wanted them to win. And you can say, hey, you can take a knee there, and get a field goal. Yep, hindsight's 20/20. Or if the guy scores a touchdown, everybody's happy. But listen, ball security. Look, I learned this with Jimmy Johnson and Pete Carroll. Ball security is at the utmost importance of the football team. When you carry that ball, you represent everybody that ever carried that ball at the university before you. So the team that wins the turnover battle usually wins the game. And that was the case in that game. So, you emphasize ball security, you emphasize going and get the football, all the things that, you emphasize in a football team and a championship football team, you got to execute. And, players got to execute, and coaches got to coach it the right way. So it's a combination of both.
From a motivational standpoint, what do you think the most important part of being a head coach is? When you get in these situations, and, we talked about the outside noise, but you don't want your team to believe that it's always going to happen like that, and you're going to fall apart at the end either. You don't necessarily want to always talk about what do you do to get them in the right mindset?
That's right. It starts on Monday. It starts on Monday. For me, man, when adversity hit, I had to do my best job. Big chest and big eyes. Man, I was positive. We had a 24-hour rule. I wanted everybody in the building to believe that we were going to win. Look, man, hey, when I was at Ole Miss, we would play LSU. I think we was like a 27-point underdog. I said, you know what? I got to do something this week to make our team believe that we can win. I said, you know what? Hey, guys, I got a little stroke in Louisiana now. I said, when we run out, I'm going to get the crowd to cheer for y'all. And they were looking at me like, what? What is he up to now? So we went out. Now, look, we had a bunch of injuries that week. And the trainer came up to me and goes, Coach, man, we kind of short on people. We can drive down to, and we drove now. We didn't fly. We can drive down to Baton Rouge in one bus. I said, the hell we will. We're going to be like a high school team. I said, look, you get 5 buses. I don't care if there's 3 guys on each bus. We're going to get 5 buses and we look like we got a team now.
That's great.
So we going out there, and, Tiger Stadium is rolling. It's a game at night. Those guys had a couple of drinks before, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And it's rolling, man. And so they want, the state troopers are telling me they want me to come out. They want me to come out. And I tell them, hell no. They said, Orgeron, you got to come out. I said, we ain't coming out. We ain't coming out. And, boy, you can hear the roar. They're coming out, and you can hear Les Miles coming out with the team. And all of a sudden, the Tigers run out, and they roar. And I brought my team out at the same time.
Oh, my gosh.
He waited in the tunnel.
And I'll be damned, we played those guys to overtime, man. But, sometimes you got to do something like that to make your team feel like, you know what, Coach thinks we're going to win. We're going to win this week.
Wow.
Sometimes it works. Sometimes it, you know what I'm saying?
It's an interesting insight that doesn't seem like a huge deal, but it can be. I watched most of the Lane Kiffin E60 documentary last night that Ryan McGee did about just Lane's career and life, and it was fascinating. And I know you guys have spent time together, and they're playing Ole Miss, playing LSU. 2 thoughts. One, just the evolution of Lane Kiffin's career and what you know about him, and then what you think about this weekend's game between Ole Miss and LSU.
Okay, first of all, I didn't have to watch the documentary. I know the real story, okay? Now, I don't know what's on the documentary, but I guarantee, but listen, I'm proud of Lane. I know him very well. He's like a younger brother to me. And Lane has done some tremendous things in his life, and I'm proud of him. Look, Ole Miss is a good school, but it's not a top-tier school in the SEC, and nothing wrong with that. And Lane has brought that school a lot of victories because of who he is. and he's a great recruiter, and he's a great coach. And he's done some things in his personal life that I'm so proud of it. I haven't watched the documentary. I don't need to. I know what he's done in his life. And I think Lane is one of the top coaches in the country right now. As far as the game this week, it's going to be tough. LSU has a great defense. Lane is a great offensive mind. That number 6, that quarterback that he played against Tulane is very, very talented. Lane has a great offensive mind. I believe that the game's going to come down to whether or not LSU can move the ball on Ole Miss's defense. LSU's offense is not as explosive as they wanted to be at the beginning of the season. Their offensive line is still struggling a little bit. The LSU offense versus the Ole Miss defense, I think that's going to be the key to the game.
Coach, you're an early morning riser, and you didn't play a lot of 11 a.m. games down there in Baton Rouge, but I'm just wondering how you handled that early start when you were coaching a team.
Yeah. Hey, I told the guys, get up in the morning, put yourself in the jaw, and say, let's go, baby. Hey, I can't use the word. I think I can use the word, but I won't say it. Snooze buttons are for sissies. But I used another word, okay? All right. So, when the whole clock practice, no snooze button. If you press the snooze button, you are and it started with a P. Yeah. I guess you guys can figure it out, okay?
Yeah, I think we got it. Yeah, yep, we got it. I think everybody's clear.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't ease into the 11 a.m. start. No snooze.
No, man. Hey, get up. And we had a meeting in the morning. Maybe a couple of coaches, maybe me, was shirtless, smashing some Red Bulls and stuff, getting the boys up, getting them ready, having some fun with it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I do.
He's ready to go.
Yeah,
Coach,
awesome.
Can you get to the game? I mean, we need you here. You've got the energy for this now.
Hey, y'all got hosts coming, man. Y'all got them now. Hey, I tell you what. I don't know. Fayetteville is going to be on fire. Look, I don't know if they got vaccines.
They do. Yeah.
Vaccines is going to be rocking. I tell you what. Hey, listen. I'm going to tell you a whole story. I played Percy Sledge when a man loves a woman for about 16 times. I think you got 16 plays for $1, and I played it 16 times in a row one night. Everybody got mad with me.
Everybody's got a Maxine story, man.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Well, next time you're in town, we're going, okay?
Hey, whatever happens in Maxine stays in Maxine.
Coach, thanks so much. Enjoy the weekend. We'll see you soon.
Hey, go Hogs, man. Y'all go get them.